This is Local Edition. I'm Brad Pomerance in Carson City today, and we are joined by Sandy Isham. She is with Volunteers of America in Reno, and we at Charter are proud to support one of your programs.
Thank you.
It's known as Reno Works.
Yes, it is.
It sounds phenomenal. I want to hear all about it.
Well, thank you for having me,
Of
Brad.
course.
We love talking about this program. Reno Works is a joint workforce development program between Volunteers of America and City of Reno.
Oh, nice.
And it
Private-public partnerships. Beautiful.
Exactly.
Beautiful.
So it first originated when Reno City Councilwoman Neoma Jardin found some money in their budget.
God bless her. God bless her.
And reached out to our regional director, Pat Cashel.
Can we digress and talk about Pat for a second?
Yes, we
because I
can.
think it's relevant. I do. Tell us about
Yes.
Pat.
Well, Pat was once homeless himself, and
Of course, he's the son of.
he's the son of former Mayor Cashel.
Got it.
He was once a homeless meth addict.
Wow.
And he found recovery through fitness. He calls it adventure therapy. He really found true health
Right.
through working out and exercise. And so he got more involved with our programs, with our fundraising. I am a fundraiser.
Right.
And eventually joined our advisory board and now has been our regional director for 2 years.
What a wonderful role model, though, to think that the
Yes.
son of a mayor could literally disintegrate into addiction and now come back and give back.
That's right. And just like with all of us, sometimes your one weakness can become your greatest strength.
Right? Oh, I love that. I love
So
that.
that is, he obviously is living proof to our
Right.
clients that not only can you make it back, but you can be greater and better than ever.
And one of your clients is a woman named Barbara.
Yes,
Tell us about Barbara.
Barbara is a recent graduate from Reno Works, and Barbara is a 28-year-old mother of 4 little girls.
Yes.
And Reno Works grew from more, not just a work crew, but a real wraparound services program that includes intensive case management and the Getting Ahead classes, which teach not just life skills, but also whole new mindsets. So Barbara had an aha moment and realized, I don't have to keep looking to the men in my life to save me. I can stand on my own. I can take care of myself
Right.
and my kids.
I mean, it's so inspiring to see those epiphanies. And I
It
bet you
is,
get to
yes.
see them
I do.
almost every day. And you just look in their eyes and you realize, wow, they're back.
That's the
back.
power of these programs, even our shelter programs.
Yeah,
are-
we'll go there. I want to hear about it. Yeah.
There's intensive case management everywhere, and that's because we're trying to unlock the key inside each person so that they can get housed, but also have a better life.
And we think about the fact, and you mentioned Pat Cashel, that we are facing an epidemic of opioid addiction. We know the governor of Nevada is looking at that issue. It's an issue that's not just in Nevada, but throughout the entire nation. We also know he's looking at trying to get folks who had been incarcerated into programs through improved parole. Part of it is there's nowhere to go. And programs like yours, I'm sure, can be kind of part of that solution. And so,
Absolutely.
yeah.
You know, most people who are incarcerated do come out again.
Right,
So,
right.
Whatever we can do to help them be successful when they get out, everything we do, whether it's our services serve literally people from infants to seniors, we're trying to give them the tools they need to succeed.
So let's talk about some of your programs. We've heard about Reno Works, obviously doing great stuff, but you have, I guess, a campus?
We have an entire campus, and the whole idea behind concentrating all of the services together is to make it a one-stop shop. So instead of someone spending their entire day trying to access services,
Right.
we want them to have it all together, because our goal is to take them out of survival mode and put them into success mode.
So I presume folks accessing these services could be those that are in Reno Works, those that may be facing opioid addiction, and we're trying
All
to
of it.
tackle that. Folks that may be getting out of prison and need
Yep.
kind of a leg up. And so, I mean, rarely have I heard of a region or a city that really kind of concentrates so much of those critical services into one geographic area.
Well, it's very exciting to see.
Right.
And a lot of people, I encourage your listeners to come have a tour. When people come and visit us, they're usually blown away. They have no idea that all of these things are there. And people say, well, we should teach people to fish. Well, that's exactly what we're
Right.
doing, because we want them to have a better future. And that, in turn, helps all of us.
And let me ask you about teaching folks, because look, it's undeniable that many folks facing addiction, homelessness, may have challenges with mental illness.
I'm so glad you said that. Sean is a former client of our Restart program. He's schizophrenic. He was self-medicating with alcohol, living on the river. Someone might look at Sean and think, oh, there's another lazy
Right.
person who just wants
Crazy
to drink.
man.
Well, he's schizophrenic and
Right.
he hears voices. After going through our program, receiving all of the counseling, access to medication, all the different supportive services, 10 years later, not only is he sober and stable and housed, but he was named Volunteer of the Year by
Oh.
Habitat for Humanity, went on a mission to Mexico with his church, and is a peer counselor at Northern Nevada Adult Mental Health Services.
And that's what's so inspiring about
Totally.
mental illness. Well, he's inspiring, but
He
when
is
we think about the
inspiring, yeah.
challenges behind mental illness, there are medications that work. It's undeniable. And if we can
Yeah.
just get these folks into the programs, keep them involved, keep them available, we can have a volunteer of the year named Sean.
Not only
Yeah.
are we going to take someone like Sean off the streets, and no longer will he be a drain on emergency services, but now he's actually giving back to his community every day. He's one of the most inspirational people I've met.
At the same time, there are those that are service resistant. And so
Yes,
talk to
we
us
have
about
a
how
means of
you're
dealing with
right.
that too.
So yeah, explain.
Yes. Well, we have many caseworkers in our different programs, and they conduct periodic street outreach, and that's another critical piece, because as you say, people who are program resistant, they may be scared, or they may be scared to give up their addiction.
Right, yes.
So
Which is very well stated. Fear of give. It's true because it's your
that's
security
human
blanket.
nature.
Yeah,
Human
I get
nature.
it. I get it.
So they go out, they try to build a relationship with, and that's slow, can be slow going.
It's worth the
But
effort.
we're trying to persuade them to come in and get services so we can help them.
And are you speaking with our friends in law enforcement about creating
Absolutely.
that bond, not criminalizing homelessness, but seeing it as a challenge and working together?
We work very closely with local law enforcement, and I would say that many police officers are quasi-social workers.
It's tough.
They
I mean,
really
God
get
bless
it.
them because they really are. And they're not trained to do
Yeah.
that, and yet they are doing
Well,
it.
they're getting more and more
Right.
training, and Washoe County has made a commitment to having all local law enforcement tour our facilities. I give a lot of tours to local law enforcement.
I want to thank you for what you're doing. It's
Oh,
truly an
thank you.
inspiration, and I'm glad that Charter can assist
Thank
with
you.
Volunteers of America through Reno Works. Her name is Sandy Isham. She is with Volunteers of America in Reno, Nevada, where we're close to Reno. We're in Carson City today. I'm
Yes.
Brad Pomerance. It's Local Edition.